Today we're diving deep into the world of shop vacs. These powerful machines are lifesavers in the wood shop. There is a deep, dark secret that many beginners and even some pros don't know. This secret could be hurting your lungs and ruining your machines. Before I get started, I want to warn you that some of these pictures might be triggering. If this is a common sight, you're killing your shop vac and potentially yourself in the process. This video aims to equip you with the essential health and equipment related information, empowering you to change how you operate your shop vac and enhance your lung health and extend the service life of your shop vac. Let's quickly go over how the vacuum works. There's a motor with fan blades attached to it inside the top of the vacuum. When turned on, those blades pull the air out of the container through the lid and out the exhaust port. Since everything else in the vacuum is sealed, there's a large enough vacuum in the container to pull debris through the hose. All of that air travels through the filter before exiting the vacuum and into the room that you're breathing from. That is why what type of filter that you have on is important. Let's face it, shop vacs suck. No, literally, they suck up everything in their path, from dust to debris to little particles you can't even see. It's these microscopic villains that wreak havoc on your lungs. They induce allergies, irritation, or even worse. Now, I chose the United States Environmental Protection Agency's website for the rest of these facts. Particulate matter, also called particle pollution, is the term for a mixture of solid particles and liquid droplets found in the air. Some particles, such as dust, dirt, soot, or smoke, are large or dark enough to be seen with the naked eye. Others are so small they can only be detected with an electron microscope. Some particles less than 10 micrometers in diameter can get deep into your lungs, and some may even get into your bloodstream. Of these particles, less than 2.5 micrometers in diameter is also known as fine particles. These pose the greatest risk to health. These fine particles are the main cause of reduced visibility or haze in parts of the United States. So what does that have to do with shop vacs? Well, I've had this rigid for about 8 years now. So I'm going to go over the filter scale that they have to show you what's available. There's no micron rating for the VF4000, otherwise known as the general debris filter. They say it's best for basement, garage, and car dirt. So even though I have to use this handmade air quality meter, I can tell you that this is not good for your lungs. Next up is the 3-ply filter. Now, Rigid says that this can work with drywall and concrete dust, as well as ashes and powders. However, again, without a micron rating, it's not good. Finally, we're at the 5-ply HEPA filter that Rigid recommends for allergens, as well as everything else on the list. Now, in order for the Environmental Protection Agency to approve the high efficiency particulate air filter rating, it must be able to remove at least 99.97% of any airborne particles with a size of 0.3 microns. For whatever reason, 0.03 is harder to remove than 0.02 or even 0.01.
Yes, science!
It's so difficult to catch that it's earned the acronym MPPS for most penetrable particulate size. So using the HEPA filter, I can tell you that you're going to have happy lungs. Now, HEPA filters are the only filter to use, in my opinion. It's the only filter that has to pass a government-mandated test in order to be sold to the public. I want to take a second and ask you, if you're finding value in this, please like the video and consider subscribing to my channel for more deep diving on how stuff works and how we can do it efficiently and cost effectively. So how can I stand here and tell you to order a $35 filter and still sleep at night, knowing how quickly it clogs up, especially with sawdust. About 2 years ago, I was sick of the bi-weekly task of cleaning out this filter. So I started looking to find a better way of doing things. And that's when I found the Filter Pal. A year later, I was still so impressed with this Filter Pal, I created a short to tell you all about it. If you have a shop vac and you do not run a pre-filter, you're doing it completely wrong. I haven't purchased a new air filter for my shop vac in over a year. I simply bought 2 of these pre-filters. I removed the dirty one, spray off the filter with a air hose, put on the new filter, take the old pre-filter outside, shake the dust off of it, and then I put it in the washer. I'll drop a link in the first comment. At almost a year later, it's still one of my best performing videos. Now, one of the people left me a comment telling me to check out filter bags. And of course, I didn't know what that was, but I did what anybody would do in the 21st century. I checked it out on YouTube. I'm here to tell you that I'm never going back. Look at the inside of this container. There's barely a speck of dust in it. It's incredible. The combination of this filter bag and the HEPA filter is outstanding. I've since used this exact setup to sand drywall texture during my bathroom remodel, and I didn't have a lick of dust on any of my clothes in my bathroom. It's incredible. All right, that covers all about your lungs, but I promised about the equipment itself too. Well, here's what I want to do. I want to simulate having a filter packed full of sawdust, or this container completely full and not having room for air to work around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on this shop vac, and I want you to listen to how it acts as I cover the end of the hose. Now you can just hear how much harder this shop vac is working. And if you put your hand on the exhaust port, you would also feel that it's getting hotter because the motor itself has to work so hard to pull more vacuum, but it doesn't have any place to pull from because the hose is clogged. Now I've ran this shop vac with my CNC machine for 5, 6, 8 hours at one time for multiple days across multiple projects, and it's ran just fine. If you maintain your shop vac and you clean your filter and you empty your vacuum bag, there's no reason that this shop vac can't last you a lifetime. You can find links to the filters and the filter bags in the description below. If you're interested in seeing a full review about the Filter Pal pre-filter, check out that video over here. And if you want to see a full review on the shop vac filter bag, you can see that right here. The Filter Pal. About 2 weeks ago, and one of the and if you want to see more about the shop vac bag, filter